I used to think that after 70, my heart was set in its ways. But then I stumbled upon a video of Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn, a renowned heart surgeon, who claimed that heart disease could be reversed with the right breakfast. That piqued my curiosity. Dr. Esselstyn spoke about a whole food, plant-based diet and how it transformed his patients' lives. He emphasized the power of a simple morning meal: oats, berries, flax seeds, and plant-based milk. These foods, he said, could lower cholesterol, reduce inflammation, and protect our endothelial cells, the guardians of our blood vessels. I was skeptical. Could changing my breakfast really make a difference? But the more I listened, the more it made sense. Dr. Esselstyn's patients had seen remarkable improvements in their heart health, some even avoiding surgeries. That night, I couldn't stop thinking about it. If a simple change in diet could have such profound effects, why hadn't I tried it sooner? So, I decided to embark on this journey. Over the next few segments, I'll share the top 10 heart-healthy breakfast habits recommended by Dr. Esselstyn. These aren't just tips, they're lifelines. Before we dive in, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever tried a plant-based breakfast? What was your experience? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And stay tuned, because in the next segment, we'll explore the first habit that could transform your mornings and your heart health. What if I told you that a single bowl of oatmeal could be more powerful than the pills in your medicine cabinet? That's what caught my attention when Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn shared his daily ritual. Every morning, rain or shine, he starts with a simple bowl of organic oats, topped with berries, flaxseed meal, and plant-based milk. He calls it his heart armor. Why oats? It's not just comfort food. It's science. Oats are packed with beta-glucan fiber, a compound proven to lower LDL cholesterol, regulate blood sugar, and reduce inflammation. This is what protects our endothelial cells, the miracle workers that line our blood vessels and keep our hearts strong. I didn't understand the importance of endothelial cells until I learned they control blood flow by producing nitric oxide. Damage them, and you open the door to heart attacks, strokes, and hypertension. But nourish them with foods like oats and berries, and they thrive. Now here's the twist, Dr. Esselstyn doesn't just eat this breakfast in the morning. He sometimes has it twice a day. That's how critical he believes it is for preventing chronic disease and maintaining heart health. Want to make this even more powerful? Add chia seeds or flax seeds, loaded with omega-3s, and a handful of blueberries, strawberries, or blackberries. These colorful fruits aren't just pretty, they're antioxidant powerhouses that fight inflammation and reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease. And here's a little personal tip. I've been having this bowl every day for 3 months now. My energy is up. My blood pressure lower. And my doctor says I'm the healthiest 70-something-year-old he's seen this year. So, tell me, what does your breakfast look like? Drop a comment below and let's compare. And don't go anywhere, because in the next segment, we'll talk about the one breakfast food that Dr. Esselstyn says you should avoid at all costs. What would you do if your loved one suddenly collapsed from a heart attack, and you had nothing but a spoon and a pantry? That exact moment haunted one of my viewers. Her husband slumped forward during breakfast, no pulse, no breath. Emergency services were 10 minutes away. But she remembered something, Dr. Esselstyn's story about plant-based nutrition and how oats, berries, and flaxseed helped protect endothelial cells and reverse coronary artery disease. In a desperate move, she prepared a small paste of ground oats and berries, what she called a heart revival blend, and gently placed it on his lips while performing CPR. When help arrived, the EMTs were shocked to see his pulse had returned. He survived. Today, they call it the Miracle Bowl. This is not just a story. It's a wake-up call. A reminder that what we put in our mouths each morning can shape the trajectory of our lives. Dr. Esselstyn has long emphasized that coronary artery disease is not only preventable, it's reversible. But it takes more than willpower, it takes knowing what works. He often recalls his first patient, a man in his 50s with severe angina, who couldn't walk 50 meters without chest pain. After 18 months of strict whole food, plant-based nutrition, his arteries showed signs of healing. Today, that man hikes mountains. Let me say this clearly, cholesterol-lowering medications have their place. But no drug can match the healing power of what grows from the earth. When we choose oatmeal over bacon, berries over donuts, flax over cheese, we're not just eating, we're investing in a future where heart attacks, strokes, and chronic illness are no longer a given. Have you or someone you know had a life-changing experience with food and health? I'd love to hear it. Share your story in the comments below. And keep watching, because in the next part, we'll break down the 3 biggest breakfast mistakes most people make, mistakes that silently damage your heart every single day. When I first heard that a simple bowl of oats could heal the heart, I laughed. Not because I doubted science, but because it felt too humble. After all, could something so ordinary compete with surgeries, stents, or medications? Then I read the studies. And more than that, I met the people. People like Joe, a retired firefighter, who once survived a stroke. His doctor gave him a pile of prescriptions and a grim warning: "You're a ticking time bomb." Joe took his pills, but he also started eating oats, berries, and flax seeds every morning. 1 year later, his cholesterol dropped, his arteries opened, and his doctor was speechless. So what makes these humble foods so powerful? Let's start with organic oats, a cholesterol-lowering hero. Packed with beta-glucan fiber, they help remove bad LDL cholesterol, reduce blood pressure, and protect the endothelial cells lining your arteries. Think of them as a gentle broom, sweeping away plaque and toxins. Then come berries. Little antioxidant bombs. Blueberries, strawberries, blackberries, rich in anthocyanins, they fight inflammation, protect your heart, and even improve memory. Dr. Esselstyn calls them nature's defense against heart attacks. And flax seeds? These tiny seeds are omega-3 powerhouses, supporting heart health, reducing inflammation, and stabilizing blood sugar. I once met a woman in Ohio who credited flaxseed porridge with helping her avoid insulin dependency. But here's a twist most people miss: it only works if you eat them consistently. Not once a week. Not when you remember. But daily. Like brushing your teeth. And no, smoothies don't count if you strip away the fiber. It's the whole food, not the extract, that heals. Tell me in the comments, what's your go-to breakfast? Could it be part of your healing journey? And stick around, because in the next segment, we're exposing the 3 worst breakfast traps. Even healthy eaters fall into them. Imagine starting your day with a meal that feels comforting, familiar, even healthy, but unknowingly, you're setting your heart on a path toward disease. That's the reality for many of us. Let's uncover the hidden breakfast habits that could be silently harming your heart. 1. Sugary cereals and pastries. Those colorful cereals and flaky pastries might be quick and tasty, but they're often loaded with added sugars and refined carbohydrates. These ingredients can spike your blood sugar levels, leading to energy crashes and increased hunger later in the day. Over time, this pattern contributes to insulin resistance, weight gain, and elevated LDL cholesterol, all risk factors for heart disease. 2. Skipping breakfast. In our rush, it's tempting to skip breakfast altogether. However, studies have shown that skipping breakfast is associated with higher risks of obesity, hypertension, and type 2 diabetes. A consistent morning meal helps regulate blood sugar levels and supports a healthy metabolism. 3. Processed meats. Bacon, sausages, and deli meats are breakfast staples for many, but they're high in saturated fats, sodium, and preservatives. Regular consumption of these processed meats has been linked to increased risks of heart disease and stroke. Opting for lean proteins or plant-based alternatives can be a healthier choice. Mini hook. Curious about how to transform your breakfast into a heart-healthy powerhouse? Stay tuned for the next segment, where we'll share delicious and nutritious breakfast options that support cardiovascular wellness. Call to action. Have you identified any of these habits in your morning routine? Share your experiences in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into heart-healthy living. Imagine a breakfast so powerful that it can help lower your cholesterol, stabilize your blood sugar, and reduce inflammation, all in one bowl. This isn't a miracle drug, it's a simple, wholesome meal that cardiologists recommend daily. Storytelling. Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn, a renowned cardiologist, starts his day with a bowl of oatmeal topped with berries and flax seeds. This combination isn't just tasty, it's a strategic choice for heart health. Oats are rich in beta-glucan, a soluble fiber that helps lower LDL cholesterol and supports healthy blood pressure levels. Berries, packed with antioxidants, combat oxidative stress and inflammation, both linked to heart disease. Flax seeds provide omega-3 fatty acids, which further reduce inflammation and support overall cardiovascular health. Mini hook. Curious about how to make this heart-healthy breakfast? Stay tuned for the next segment, where we'll share a simple recipe to kickstart your day and protect your heart. Call to action. Have you tried incorporating oats, berries, and flax seeds into your breakfast? Share your favorite combinations in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more heart-healthy tips. There was a time when Mr. Harold visited a close friend after heart surgery. She looked at him, eyes tired but hopeful, and whispered, "If only I had known earlier how powerful plant-based habits could be." That moment stuck with him. It wasn't the surgery that gave her peace, it was discovering that she still had power over her health, starting with her plate. Among the foods she discovered was one tiny seed with mighty benefits, chia seeds. These small black pearls are more than just trendy toppings for smoothies. They're nutritional dynamos packed with omega-3 fatty acids, fiber, and plant-based protein, helping to reduce inflammation, lower blood pressure, and support overall heart health. And here's where the story takes a twist. Despite her initial doubts, she began adding chia to her morning oats, sometimes mixing them into almond milk the night before. Within weeks, her energy returned, and her blood markers improved. A clear sign that chia seeds were doing their silent work behind the scenes. This transformation isn't just anecdotal. Studies confirm that chia seeds can help stabilize blood sugar, reduce LDL cholesterol, and improve digestive function thanks to their rich soluble fiber content. Have you ever tried chia seeds in your breakfast? How did they make you feel? Let us know in the comments. And if you're thinking these are just small steps, think again. Sometimes, it's the smallest habits that create the biggest ripples. In the next segment, we'll explore a fruit so powerful, it's been called nature's candy for the heart. Stay with us. I'll never forget that morning, sitting with my friend Thomas at a little diner on the corner. He was only 52, but already on his second stent. He looked at his plate, bacon, eggs, buttered toast, and said, "Harold, this is probably the meal that's been killing me slowly." We laughed, but deep down, we both knew it wasn't really funny. What we put on our plates each morning can either heal or harm. And sadly, most people are unknowingly sabotaging their heart health right from the first bite of the day. The kind of breakfast loaded with saturated fat, bacon, sausage, fried eggs, butter, attacks the endothelial cells that line our arteries. These cells produce nitric oxide, which helps blood vessels relax, reduces blood pressure, and prevents plaque buildup. But when damaged by years of poor eating, their function collapses. It's not just theory. Autopsy studies of young adults who died from accidents showed early signs of coronary artery disease, sometimes as early as their 20s. It begins quietly, invisibly, with every greasy breakfast eaten without thought. I used to enjoy those hearty meals. Who didn't? But the cost atherosclerosis, heart attacks, and damaged circulation is just too high. The good news? It's reversible. A simple shift to whole food, plant-based breakfast choices like oats, berries, nuts, and flax seeds can begin to heal those precious endothelial linings. Have you ever reconsidered your breakfast routine after a health scare or seeing someone close to you suffer? Drop me a comment. Let's talk about it. And here's a little secret I'll share in the next part. There's one spice I started adding to my breakfast that changed everything. Stay with me. I used to think that a hearty breakfast meant eggs, bacon, and toast slathered with butter. But over time, I realized that these choices were silently harming my heart. Then, I discovered the power of cayenne pepper. This vibrant red spice, rich in capsaicin, has been shown to support heart health by improving blood circulation and reducing inflammation. Incorporating cayenne pepper into my morning routine was simple. I started by adding a pinch to my oatmeal or sprinkling it over avocado toast. Not only did it add a delightful kick, but it also brought peace of mind knowing I was taking a step towards better heart health. Have you tried adding cayenne pepper to your breakfast? Share your experiences in the comments below. And stay tuned for the next segment, where we'll explore more heart-healthy breakfast habits. I remember the first time I sprinkled cayenne pepper on my morning oatmeal. It was a bold move, driven by curiosity and a desire for better health. The warmth it brought wasn't just to my taste buds but, as I later learned, to my heart as well. Capsaicin, the active compound in cayenne pepper, has been linked to numerous heart health benefits. Studies suggest it can help lower blood pressure, reduce inflammation, and improve circulation. Incorporating cayenne pepper into your diet might be a small change, but it can have a significant impact on your cardiovascular health. Over time, I began experimenting with cayenne pepper in various breakfast dishes, sprinkled over avocado toast, mixed into smoothies, or even added to scrambled eggs. Each meal became not just a source of nourishment but a step towards a healthier heart. Have you tried adding cayenne pepper to your breakfast? Share your favorite combinations in the comments below. And stay tuned for the next segment, where we'll explore more heart-healthy breakfast habits. If there's one moment I wish I could go back and change, it's the years I started my day with bacon, eggs, buttered toast, and a strong coffee. It felt comforting, like a reward before the world truly woke up. But that comfort came at a price I didn't understand until it was nearly too late. That's why I must tell you, the most dangerous breakfast habit you can have is indulging in high-saturated fat, processed meats, and refined carbohydrates every morning. It's a silent attack on your endothelial cells, the delicate lining of your arteries, which play a critical role in preventing heart disease and stroke. When I learned this from Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn, a respected cardiologist, it shook me. He showed data on young soldiers, barely in their 20s, with early signs of coronary artery disease. They weren't sick yet, but their arteries had already begun to harden. Why? Their diet. Their breakfast. Your endothelial health starts with your first bite in the morning. It's not about perfection, it's about knowing what to avoid. Bacon, sausages, buttery pancakes, these may taste like joy, but they leave damage behind. What's worse, many people, especially in their 40s and 50s, believe that a little indulgence won't hurt. But that little adds up. I've seen friends suffer from heart attacks at 52, and the autopsy always tells the same story: years of quiet damage. But here's the hope: we can turn this around. Every morning is a new chance to heal, to choose better, and to protect your heart. Don't wait for chest pain or breathlessness. Prevention isn't dramatic, it's daily, simple, and powerful. If you've ever felt confused about what's truly healthy, let's talk in the comments. I read every one of them, and your questions matter. And if you're still here, I've got a personal tip to share in the next video, one that changed my life and might change yours too. You know, growing old teaches you many things. But the most important one? That every morning is a second chance. When I was younger, breakfast was just a routine, something you rushed through before work or skipped entirely. But now, in my later years, I see it as a ritual of healing, a moment to remind myself, I'm still here. My heart's still beating. Let's give it the best chance to keep going. I've met many people on this journey, viewers like you, friends, even strangers at the store, who tell me, Mr. Harold, I wish I'd known this sooner. And I always say the same thing, now is the perfect time to begin. If this video resonated with you, if it reminded you of someone you love, or made you rethink your breakfast, don't let it fade. Take action. Choose oats over processed cereal. Pick berries over bacon. Drink water instead of soda. Start with just one thing tomorrow morning, and see how your body responds. And if you want more guidance, I've prepared something special for you. The 7-Day Heart Recovery Plan. It's a free printable you can download below this video. Easy steps, one day at a time. No pressure. Just progress. Please, like this video if you found it helpful. Share it with someone who needs a gentle nudge. And don't forget to subscribe, this community is built on stories, and I'd love to hear yours. Have you tried any of these habits? What's worked for you? Leave a comment, I read every single one. And finally, be kind to yourself. Your heart has worked tirelessly for you all these years. Maybe it's time you returned the favor. See you in the next video, my friend.